Mic we have to keep silent between.
Yes, yes.
So now also.
Mm-hmm. Are we on air? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, namaskar. Good evening to everyone around the globe, and special thanks to all those who have spared their valuable time to be here with us today. Um, wall, a warm welcome to the Open Mic Sundays hosted by United by Inc. You know, it is always a pleasure to be here and always a privilege to host the UBI Open Mic Sundays. Um, Poetry is the art of capturing emotions and ideas. Poets write their feelings, which flow like music through the rhythm of their words and language. So today, we bring to you an evening filled with some lovely poems, as we have some great poets on board today with us. And um, if at all there are any slips, any misses, any mistakes by us, hope you will hear it and bear it with a smile. So let's begin. First, let me talk a little about United by Inc. United by Inc. or UBI, as we all would like to call it, it's a global platform which connects creative minds. Their vision is simple: to create an inked family for passionate creative souls. It's a thriving community of more than 10,000 artists which come together to express their creativity. Readers, passionate writers, authors, performing artists, painters, and photographers who have the will and passion to showcase their skill and talent can join UBI on their various social media handles. Not just that, UBI just didn't stop being a Facebook page or a social media blogging page. It also provides opportunities to facilitators like the pre and post publishing, marketing, or distribution support, translation and proofreading services, all under one roof for the creativity enthusiasts to reach their goals. And with UBI's unique Learning Lab program, you can learn various languages or creative skills if you desire to get better on your creative journey. UBI's Open Mic initiative provides a platform for all artists like us to showcase their hobbies and skills, be it writing, singing, stand-up comedy, or any other such talent you want to present to the world. United by Inc. was founded on 2nd February 2018 as a global Facebook page, which was created by Mrs. Sapna Shivani Kekre. She is an accomplished author, a multi-talented personality who succeeded in her vision to bring the writing fraternity under one roof. So, thank you, Sapna ji, for this wonderful platform and especially for this curated Open Mic Sundays. So, without further delay, let me start with the evening of Open Mic Sundays. Our first guest, as a first guest, I invite poetess Navya to hold the mic. So before I hand it over to you, Navya, let me introduce you. Navya is from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and she says she's an extrovert by heart and an introvert by circumstances. She has a few writing communities to her credit, like Spread Those Inks, Merakians, Words of Wisdom, Storm of Words, Inco Sapiens, and many more, where she is the founder and co-founder all in one. Great, Navya. She has also published 3 solo books named Poems from the Countryside, Navu's Paradise of Poems, Shady Truths of Society. So I hand the mic over to you, Navya. It is all yours.
Thank you, Vandana ma'am. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of UBI's open mic. So I think you have introduced me, so this is my introduction, and I am from Chennai. So without further ado, I can start with my piece. Okay. My first piece is called Diving into the World of Writing. Diving into the world of writing wasn't an easy task for me as a writer. It took me so many years to establish myself as a writer. When I started writing at first, I started with poems and then slowly moved on to micro tales, eroticas, monologues, and couplets. And I slowly began to fall in love with stringing words. This love for literature started long ago in 2017 when I decided to open an Instagram account. At first, like all writers, I was hesitant to do that, but slowly, my inner voice said, grab the chance of creating your Instagram page, and I listened to that inner voice. What started as Thoughts of Nabu with 100 followers slowly became 3,000 plus followers. The growth was surely not easy for me. I had a lot of controversies too when I dived into the world of writing. For me, the world of writing is an escape from the ordinary routine life that I live. And for me, writing is like a therapeutic tool where I can showcase my innermost feelings. And that innermost feelings slowly turn into relatable content that resonates with one and all. This is my first piece. My second piece would be a broken pen means a broken heart. It's a myth that writers are happy go lucky people. Sometimes the writer in us emerges in tricky situations. We often tend to write when we are often feeling low or depressed. And not all people who had love failures become writers. There's a myth that we have to burst open. I always write in my troublesome times. I write when I feel low or to cope from my breakup that happened recently. Not all broken hearted people become writers. Let's all burst this myth and change this mentality. Thank you.
Well said.
Yeah, well said, Navya. Um, yeah, so, you know, all broken hearts bleed, but not all broken hearts write. So, your second piece is quite, it opens window for dialogue. So my view would be that I believe poetry is an expression of the heart and recital of the state of mind of the person. Some write well when they are sad, some emote well when they are, in exhilaration, very, very happy. And some poets write when there is a surge of any type of emotions. So what do you think? Let me hear from like Aruna. What do you think about that? You can unmute and speak about it, Aruna.
Yeah, absolutely, Vandana. So, yeah, what you said is absolutely right. And I also agree with Navya that not every emotion might trigger that poet in you or any kind of artist in you. But then, of course, there has been, through movies and everywhere that you hear, Broken Heart always gives you that, to write something or, put it on paper. And from my experience, uh, writing has always come from a place of emotion. So, yeah. So
So true.
in a way, it is a balance of both the emotions, I guess, what both of you said. Yeah.
Mhm. How about you, Archana? What do you think? What's your say on this? Unmute yourself.
Namaste, Vandana ji. Poetry is the way of living for me. So I can't separate it from my life and from my heart. So what I just feel and what my thought are coming, I just eager to just express it as soon as the situation is favorable for me. So really, poetry we can't define, but it is way of life for me, and I can't depart it from my real life also. So I just combine my real life and my emotions and thought into a, I think it is a great fusion of real essence of life. Art and
Wow.
literature, just the
Wow.
best thing human being are just gifted from God. It is not like you can develop. Yeah, you can develop, but it is just some seeds are inside you, and you have to just day by day you have to just put it some effort to grow it more in a beautiful way that you can just define the life in your own style. So it is
True, true,
wonderful,
agreed. Yeah.
wonderful. Thanks.
Hira, what do you say?
Namaste to everybody. Actually, I would say that um, I write my most powerful and poignant poetry when I'm in feeling low or I'm in sad mood rather than when I'm happy. So, in an instance, if I were to be brokenhearted, I think all the emotions and feelings of pathos would just gush out of my soul and come tumbling down, written by my pen. Um, it would just come in a rush, and I would just scribble away till all the emotions came out. And I guess because of that, these kind of poems are very therapeutic, and the act of writing poetry acts as a catharsis, and purifies our soul and makes us much more lighter and much more determined to face life and get over the pain of heartbreak.
True, true, true. Well said. So, Navya, I would like to ask you, like like you said, not all broken hearts can write. So, but do you believe that all writers are broken-hearted, or they?
You can say some writers are brokenhearted, but not all writers. Only some writers come into that category. We
But
can't
do they become
stereotype
better
it.
writers
Yeah, we
if
can't
they are
stereotype it. So stereotyping anyone based on heartbreak
Yes.
is not the right thing to do. So
Oh,
I would say that. So yeah.
okay. All right. Thank you for your input, my dear friends. So moving on. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us here. Next, we have Miss Archana Srivastava as our guest. She is a literature loving person by nature, and she has been writing poetry for many years. She has worked in the IT field, right? For some time. She is an active writer in Hindi and has won over 600 digital certificates from prestigious literary groups. Her articles published in around 30 literary magazines, and she has won many prestigious awards for her writing creativity. But she says in English, she started to write poetry like some years back, couple of years back. She has received appreciations, prestigious certificates, from digital platforms. A poet by heart and a thinker by intellect. Her motive is to test the important aspect of life and society by giving her words to experiences and feelings towards life to get the real outcome for her freedom of expression. Wow. A poet by heart and thinker by intellect. I like that. So can't wait to hear what you are going to narrate for us today, Archana. So over to you. Mic is all yours, Archana.
Thanks, Vandana ji, and UBI platform. Sapna ma'am is my inspiration. She always a light for us, and that is why we are just keep on growing, because creativity is such a boon for human being that any time in your life you are just going to down, it gives many just not water, it just give full life. So in English, I am not a regular writer, but for my choice and situation, it's I just grasping the power to write in English. So some one first poem I'm just start. Uh, the title is Platonic Love. The emotion and feelings are life force. The emotion and feelings are life force that lead our imagination to survive. I met you when I was wandering in hurry. I met you when I was wandering in hurry to get the true meaning of life in journey. Your extraordinary appearance was attracting force. Your extraordinary appearance was attracting force. Your warmth unmatched extract my inner strength. I was amused by love dominating words. I was amused by love dominating words. My dreams started leaping up enormously. My dreams started leaping up enormously. Something very unique about our bond. Something very unique about our bond. Feeling was mutual and yet unconditional. Feeling was mutual and yet unconditional. I never discuss with you any rubbish issues. I never discuss with you any rubbish issues. Our love was pure platonic belief proofs. Our love was pure platonic belief proofs. However, we never met with each other physically. However, we never met with each other physically. We drawn by charm, love, beauty immensely. We drawn by charm, love, beauty immensely. We fight, argue, and try hard to deny our connection. We fight, argue, and try hard to deny our connection, but we fail each time to demolish one's existence. But we failed each time to demolish one's existence. Circumstances always create hurdles in the way of feelings. But unsecond affection, graced by heaven blessing. But unsecond affection, graced by heaven blessing. Thanks. This one is my second poetry. I just want to recite. The title is Wisdom. Wisdom is the gift of God to eradicate mind from hazardness. Wisdom is the gift of God to eradicate mind from hazardness. Basic instinct that guide our life journey throughout. Basic instinct that guide our life journey throughout. By focusing the right path in light of willingness, by focusing the right path in the light of willingness, illusions and darkness often overpower the thought process. Illusions and darkness often overpower the thought process. Intelligence might be misled in the absence of wisdom. Intelligence might be misled in the absence of wisdom. It is the hidden treasure that differentiates among person to person. It is the hidden treasure that differentiates among person to person. It never let the person disparate even in the worst condition. It never let the person disparate in the worst condition. The nature elements have got their own way to express their techniques. The nature elements have got their own way to express their techniques. Wisdom lies to grab all their underlying meaning and utilize essence in life. Wisdom lies to grab all their underlying meaning and utilize essence in life. The inner strength become true friend while struggling. The inner strength become true friend while struggling. Wisdom focuses to create new, inspiring, extraordinary slogans. Wisdom focuses to create new, inspiring, extraordinary slogans. It supplies immense trust, firmness of confidence amid misery. It supplies immense trust, firmness of confidence amid misery. Beautiful and meaningful dreams really only succeed with wisdom. Beautiful and meaningful dreams really only succeed with wisdom. A spirit get elevated with the power of peace mingle with wisdom. A spirit get elevated with the power of peace mingle with wisdom. Thanks.
Wow, Archana ji, both your poems were, so different. One was a love poem and the other one was on wisdom. You did not leave any aspect of wisdom, so really,
That's
really
right.
good. Yeah, and very, very thoughtfully done.
Thanks.
Okay, so uh, moving on. Um, Before we move on to the next speaker, I would like to thank UBI for the monthly contest. If you are aware, I am not sure whether you all have been participating in the monthly contest. The UBI platform provides beautiful prompts, so you can participate and you can weave your thoughts into poems, stories, haikus, quotes, and in fact, I started my writing journey in COVID times by writing short stories for these contests. And they have this inked marathons, uh, which which gave me the edge and made me a short story writer. And I just love to write short stories, but haven't uh, nowadays not getting the time or the motivation to write. So waiting for the marathon keenly, Sapnaji. So if you can hear me. All right. So our next guest for the evening is Miss Hira Nawaz. She has been here with us a couple of times, and it is always great to have her on the show. She is a 64-year woman who hails from the beautiful garden city of India, Bangalore. She's a teacher, writer, and a poetess by profession. She has worked in several international schools in Bangalore and has garnered many Best Teacher Awards at national level also. As a poetess, she is a member of several poetry groups on social media and has won several awards at both national and international levels, she says. She's an introvert, but can also be a people's person if in the right company, she says. She is deeply interested in personal development and has worked a lot on herself. She is deeply spiritual in nature and has a deep and abiding interest in Jesus Christ and the Bible. She hopes to leave a legacy of books on her memoirs from a spiritual point of view, she says. Wow, wonderful. So over to you, Hira.
Yes. First of all, namaste, everybody. Good evening. I would like to thank Vandana, my old friend who I've met on various platforms, and I've read lots of her poems, and we've developed a very, very strong bond. So I'd like to thank Vandana for this beautiful introduction. It filled me with so much of happiness that she said such kind words about me, and I hope I'm able to meet up to this expectation. And the poem I'm going to recite, as Vandana would have said in the last part of an introduction, I'm very much ingrained into spirituality, and I'm going to recite a spiritual poem, which isn't because I have a deep and abiding faith in Jesus Christ and the Bible, because it saved me on various occasions from almost impending death, because it was a time when I was in a life and death situation, and praying to Jesus Christ got me out of that situation. So I've written this poem Jesus the Savior. In the history of mankind, Jesus Christ is deemed the great. For he is the ruler of all hearts. He is instrumental in determining our fate. He did not have a servant, yet we unapologetically call him Master. For he is the living Son of God who can save mankind from any disaster. He had no eloquent, high sounding degrees. He was universally called teacher. He had no training in public speaking or fine arts, but yet was designated as preacher. He possessed no medical pedagogy, yet he lovingly called one who heals. An empathetic, beautiful soul who with purpose magically feels. He had no doctoral degrees, yet he is followed by the Christians worldwide singing holy hymns. He was hung on a cross, nails dug into his hands and limbs. He taught people forgiveness. When someone slaps you on one cheek, to show the other. He implored people not to compare competitively with anyone, not even your sister and brother. He won no military battles physically, yet he triumphed in every spiritual fight. His luminous face radiated kindness and compassion, for from his face shone an aura so bright. He ruled no powerful nation, yet he is called the omniscient and omnipotent king. A beautiful soul, for even to this day, citizens spend Sundays at church worshipping. He committed no crime and was the epitome of salvation, forgiveness, and love. A perfect embodiment of the surreal ideal life agreed upon by the gracious God above. He was mercilessly betrayed, crucified, and buried in a tomb. But yet, surprise! He lives today. He rules people's hearts and souls as he urges them to seek God fastidiously and pray. His kingdom is not of this world, yet he lives in the hearts of those who believe. From mankind's treacherous sin, he forgives and loves them, and their pain he relieves. He offers no material wealth, but yet we consider him the treasure of our lives. His teachings are enunciated in the Holy Bible, on which the religion of Christianity drives. When we grievously lie or sin, we just cannot look into those powerful, magnetic eyes. Can you imagine that a man born 2000 years ago helped our heartfelt dreams to materialize? In his weakness, we find ourselves coming to the validation that we are not weak but strong. Jesus was triumphant, not defeated, winning, not losing. And lastly, he was right, not wrong. We are washed and purified in his blood. Ironically, he was hung on a cross. Though he committed no sin, mankind has never been the same again, as millions of people worldwide swear by him. The story of Jesus Christ's redemption, love, and eternal life is now studied in theology and history. Yet the crucifixion and resurrection of the greatest man who ever lived will forever remain a mystery. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wow, speechless, Ira. We could feel every word you were narrating for us. I'm sure everyone will agree on board. Okay. So, Hira, do you have another poem for us today?
Yes. I do a
Okay.
shorter poem. I will.
Yes.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 1 minute.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I have, known Hira for like more than 4 years now, and um, yes, she's right. She has won prestigious awards, and it gives me a lot of pride and pleasure to say that I know her digitally, though. But yes, she and and as you have seen, her narration, will makes more impact to her, gives more impact to her words. So, are you ready, Hira?
Yes, yes. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, over to
I think
you.
the second poem is very different. It is not a spiritual or a religious poem, but it is a futuristic poem. It is
Yes,
actually
we would love that. Yes.
yeah, it's something that um, yes, I will just. This is actually a futuristic poem where I describe it's about the environment, and then I describe about how the earth is now and how it's facing so many environmental disasters, and there are so many, the trees are being cut down, the animals are dying, the animals getting extinct, the pollution is there, the water is getting polluted. So I actually have written this poem where I describe now in the year 2024, the environmental problems are so intense, but how will it be, say, 20 years from now? And the negative person would say that it'll be far worse for 20 years from now, the situation. But then I've decided to be positive and say 20 years from now, in the year 2044, something positive could happen to turn the whole situation around. So listen to my poem and listen to especially the last lines, which are the twist of the poem. It's
Mhm.
called Earth Reborn. The year 2024, the pollution was unprecedented. There was not a verdant tree in sight. During the pandemic lockdown, people were stuck indoors, leading to many a family altercation and fight. Factories were letting go of the deleterious gases and thus polluting the once clean and bracing air, making the air much less pure, while the green trees were now minimally bereft and bare. Water has become insidiously polluted, and the wildlife, birds, and fish were dismally dying. Women were harassed and overworked in chores, while children were piteously crying. When will foolish man realize and discern that in environmental fiascos they can't eat money? But now it's too late. The disaster has struck indiscriminately, and the results are not at all funny. Hark! God resisted, ordering the rain to come down in torrents. For even bad times cannot last forever. The beautiful brown and green earth was reborn. Yes, God has been watching and is ingeniously clever. After a hiatus of 20 transformative years, the earth awoke to a picturesque panoramic scene. The sky was azure blue, the clouds were white, pure white, while the leaves were an emerald green. In the year 2044, the metamorphosed earth has been rebirthed as God's gift to a transformed mankind. Recall the words of P.B. Shelley: when winter comes, can the lovely season of spring be far behind? The beautiful flowers and colorful butterflies inspires even a stoic critic like Hard and me. For in the final analysis, don't you realize that only God can make and create a futuristic tree? Thank you.
Wow. Really, the ending lines show the positivity, you put in your poem. So loved it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Hira. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Vandana. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So now I would like to call upon a poet who makes her debut on Open Mic today. She's Aruna Subramaniam. She's an IT professional by the day, but by evening and in her free times, she unleashes her creativity as a poet, actress, and classical dancer. Wow. With a passion for poetry that began in her school days, Aruna started reciting her poetry at open mic events only for the last couple of years. She also brings characters to life on screen and on stage, and also intermittently engages with her audience as a trained classical dancer. So great, Aruna. Great to know about you. So I hand over the mic to you, all yours.
Thanks a lot. Am I audible? Clear? Thank you, Vandana, for the introduction, but I have been reciting poems on open mic for a while now. And yeah, so I have a couple of poems today to recite, and the first one that I present is called Silver Streaks. Anyone my age or coming my age would know that we always have that one single streak, silver streak, and you wonder, oh, okay. Okay, so that is the emotion that is drive me to write this poetry a while back, but I have polished it and readied it for today. Yeah. So silver streaks, like a diamond in the wild darkness, spun out of deepest mindfulness. Like a diamond in the wild darkness, spun out of deepest mindfulness, sense of prudence and experience. Sense of prudence and experience, my silver streaks shine with elegance. Whisper of wisdom, softly gleam, moonlit threads of a timeless stream. A tale untold, a silent case, a silent grace. A tale untold, a silent grace. My silver streaks shine with elegance. Mine battles won for years to come. Mine battles won for years to come. Seen all, done all, but regrets none. Mine battles won for years to come. Seen all, done all, but regrets none. Beaming with pride of diligence. Beaming with pride of diligence, my silver streaks shine with elegance. Thank you so much. That was the first one. There's one more poem that I would like to recite, and it's called Like Never Before. So it's about the rain. Sometimes it is not like we would want it to be. Okay, so it's about that. And it also is very metamorphical with our lives, It's sunny, sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it is not very, yeah, the hunky-dory needs that we want, right? The wants of ours, it's something different. So, like never before. To poured like never before. drenching all that fell along her way. Today it poured like never before, drenching all that fell along her way. The rain showed no mercy today. The rain showed no mercy today. Today she sloshed like the waterfalls, quenching a full thirst, or more to say. Today she sloshed like the waterfalls, quenching a few thirsts, or more to say. She danced like it's her first day. Today she cut across a few mountains, overflowing a few boundaries per se. Today she cut across a few mountains, overflowing a few boundaries per se. She leaves no hope to be stalled today. Today, a few homes were washed away. Today, a few homes were washed away. Today, a few dreams soaked in dismay. Today, a few homes were washed away. A few dreams were soaked in dismay. She wore a butcher's red cape today. Today, the horizons came rushing today. Today, the horizons came rushing today, engulfing what was left of the day. Today, the horizons came rushing today, engulfing what was left of the day. She swallowed the earth to her gut today. Today, she resorted to Today she resorted to retreat astray. Today, she resorted to retreat astray. She left the stage and quit to play, leaving behind the wrecked heart to pray. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. Loved both the poems, especially the refrain
Thank
of the
you.
first one, and the second one was really heartwarming. I just, would like to mention that she writes by the name of Ray. Correct, Aruna? Yes.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, her pen name is Ray. So
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful poetry.
Thank
Ray.
you very much, Vandana. And uh, Vandana has been a very great host so far. And I would like to invite her to recite a few of her poems that she's prepared for today. Vandana is a Delhi-born writer whose passion is for reading, which was kindled by the rich and varied culture of her school and college life. Right, a free soul with compassionate heart. Vandana began her literary journey 4 years ago, starting with short stories, then branching out into articles and blogs for digital magazines, which is really wonderful. Vandana, nice to hear that. Today, she actively shares the poems and musings across various social media platforms, capturing life's moments with eloquence, inspired by Anna Inine's philosophy of writing to savor life twice. I'm not very, I am not really aware of the philosophy, but I would like to know from Vandana. Vandana's work is a window into the world through her eyes. Absolutely. Your beautiful eyes, Vandana. Her voice is recorded on open mics and poetry slams, and she has contributed to three poetry anthologies, embracing the literary world with open arms. She has to be followed on her Instagram, Vandana Oak Writes, and her Facebook page, Mindful Musics. Amazing. We would surely follow you, but we'd like to hear from you today, Vandana. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for putting me in spotlight now. So um, today I would like to read a poem which I wrote. It's called Moments. So I believe little moments make life and little moments make memories. So here's moments for you. Embracing the delicate bud called life. Embracing the delicate bud called life, uncurling gently at its own sweet pace, blooming into a flower with each breath, could be fragrant or unscented, but still emitting grace. Cherishing joys without expectations, relishing the flavors of the present, to live with a penchant for optimism, changing dreariness into pleasance. It is all about being in the moment, taking each day as it comes, with a palpable presence of senses, living life in infinite instants. Isn't life made up of little bitty moments which teach many insights in a blink? Some fleeting, some everlasting feelings to appreciate life's little things. Thank you.
Sweet and short,
Um,
very nice poem,
Splendid. Very
Vandana.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Superb.
Do we have
Beautiful poem.
Thank you. And
Ceci.
my second poem for today is Dreams. This, I would say, is my very, very recent one. So here it goes. I'm a wanderlust spirit with an impulse to wander and the urge to explore, drifting freely over the glistening waters of the sea, gazing rapturously at the picturesque expanse. I know my soul belongs with the vagabond clouds, the way they float aimlessly on valleys and glades, festooning the sky, playing with the rainbow, and being pally with the sun, moon, and the million dancing stars. Be not jealous of the vision of my dreams and wishes, to break away from the pack of mundanity, flying through the Milky Way, across the heavenly necklace. Come, join me for this odyssey. I'll walk you through my dreams until you dream my dream with your eyes. Thank you.
Amazing.
wonderful.
Very
It's
nice.
amazing.
Just
Beautiful,
heart-touching.
beautiful,
Very nice.
beautiful
Thank,
poem, Vandana.
thank
Very
you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.
short
And
and just amazing.
thank you for all the appreciation, and thank you for being here. I think the evening has neared its end. So before we sign off, I would humbly call upon all the poets and writers across the globe to join the United Ink family. You can join either on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or on their website. Become a member now, it's free. And just start blogging, start sharing your work. If you're fond of photography, just post your photograph from your mobile or your food skills, anything. They have various channels uh, for blogging. So, and lastly, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the poets who contributed towards the show today with their fabulous, fabulous writings. It was an awesome evening with such an exclusive group. Um, Lastly, my gratitude to Team UBI, to dear Sapna Kekreji, respected Sham Sundar sir, for coordinating this event, for giving me this opportunity again to host today's open mic, and being there always in the back end to guide and encourage the poets. So hope the listeners enjoyed their time with us, and until next Sunday, take care and have a great night. Signing off, this is Vandana Oak